Hello, more Alien Stage. Today we're doing the sub songs or like side songs that obviously aren't in the music videos or have music videos. I got seven that I'm doing. Starting with Heart, which is on Sewer. Then we have Mi Vida Loca with Till. Nowhere from Ivan. Parasite from Ivan. Then Love and Peace, Huna. Drunken Party, Hyuna, Take My Hand, Hyuna. I'm pretty sure that's all of them, hopefully. And I will also have the lyrics for them as well to read. So yeah, this video might not be as in-depth or long as some of the actual Alien Stage reactions, because obviously there's visuals, there's like a lot more going on than just a song with lyrics, and I might not be as good at analysing just a song and its lyrics, but I'll do my best and I'll enjoy the music. I'll obviously read the lyrics and see what I can get out of them. I can't promise much reaction wise, but it's worth checking out. It's worth checking out in front of the camera. So yeah, this one is Heart by Sinner, which I assume is the voice actor or singer for Sewer. So yeah, it's nice to get a bit of Sewer stuff as well, because we don't. She's probably the character we know the least about. I guess, yeah. And I've been thinking about Alien Stage a lot since I finished his reactions. At Ivan especially has like lodged his way into my head. Surprisingly, usually I gravitate more towards female characters and female dynamics, but even Until I think are really good. I do need to read that comic that came out recently, because I read the one that came out after I did my first few reactions. The one about the Rebellion's plan, but I haven't read the most recent comic. So yeah, let's get into this song and just see how it is. Really vibey song.
Closing credit when curtain fall down.
So a mix of English and Korean.
Will be my mouth, rather. I wanted to be somewhere from Iron to Red Rand. 그들 사이 어딘가에 I wanted to be somewhere from Iron to Red Rand. Please stop, I get over here. That's where I wanna fit.
Shame we didn't hear more of Sue's voice in the actual thing, because I mean, wow, like her voice is really something.
Versus high, turn out 소망도 and disclosure. And now you know we're
I love that like bloop sound.
내까지 꿈은 filthy as hell, so please save. I don't know, yes. 시간이 지나 곧 우릴 비춰줬던 spotlight fades out. Closing credit when curtain fall down. 곧 내게 쓰고 달콤한 poison glass will be my mouth, rather. I wanted to be somewhere.
It's such a good vibe. And the lyrics that really contrast it. That's something is pretty classic in Asian, like Japanese, Korean music, I feel. Chinese as well.
Please stop, I get over here. Heart, that's where I wanna fit. Heart, It's where I wanna settle down for good.
That's a glitch out ending there. No, that was cool. Cool, really just a nice kind of vibey song. It's the kind of vibe I did expect for a character like Sua. I wasn't really expecting some kind of ballad or a really upbeat kind of idol adjacent tune. This is just a very chill, like almost lo-fi kind of vibe. And the lyrics, the one lyric that I really that stood out to me was the one right before the chorus. I'm pretty sure it was. Poison glass will be in my mouth. That reminds me of the whole thing in. Is the final video Karma? I'm pretty sure it's Karma. Well, the final Alien Stage one, video, where all the dynamics, they have that glass heart shaped that they force on one another, especially even until he has the one heart. And yeah, that reminds me of this and Sua and Mizi's. I'm pretty sure they both kind of embrace the heart, and the black liquid comes out, which can very much be poison, and obviously it's a glass kind of heart. I actually don't know when this came out. 2025 is when they re-uploaded, so it might be a bit April, so that would have been before, I think. I'm not too sure. From iron to red drench, please stop, I'll get off right here. And obviously the contrast between hurt and heart, both very similar sounding words, but very clearly different things. It's the kind of relationship that she did have with Mizi. Because I don't know much about Sua at all. She hasn't been a character I've read in too much, unfortunately. So it's hard to tell exactly what these lyrics mean. They are quite despairing, but very self-aware of her own despair, and a somewhat indecision between pain and love, which she's found with Mizi. She's found that kind of in between that she wants to be at with her. And that was cool. A nice song. I assume and I hope these are on Spotify, because I would definitely add that to my playlist. But let's go on to the next one, which is I'll do Tills next, because he only has one, and then I'll do Ivan, which is 2, and then Huna, which is 3. This one is Mi Vida Loca by Till. A funny image there. Let's just listen to this.
나는 꼭 네 앞에 서면 초라해지나 Real crush 입도 못대 뒤돌아 매일 내 자극적인 사랑이 폭발하죠 내 귀 좀 열어 제발요 좀 알아줘 Do you love me 나는 그래 Don't you let me 아마 전할 거야 꼭
Very very 2000s rockish like vibe he has here, which kind of makes sense with the subject. Yeah, pop rock 2000s vibe.
이게 아름다운 노래라는데 다들 팔 벌려 좋아하는데도 수많은 스팟라이트보다 원해 너 내 빛은 너로부터 태어나 날 좋아하지 않는 너의
Kind of a bit of a similar tempo and melody to the Sewer song, I feel like, but a bit faster. Kind of sound almost like memories replaying. It's really catchy, this one. That's nice. I'll definitely add that one to my playlist as well. If it's on Spotify, that is. Interesting. So the artist is Akugetsu. Interesting. I mean, this one's pretty pretty simple, pretty cut and dry with what is going for with Till and his love for Mizzy. It's quite endearing, actually. Quite endearing, has a very yearning feel where he doesn't too scared to commit to that I mean, his love is unrequited, so it's always going to have that impression, that yearning impression. Your smile doesn't love me, ooh. I'll just smile, oh, damn. Damn, Till. This one is very catchy though. I don't really know how popular this series is in Korea itself, whether these songs even like scratch the charts or anything like that. I doubt they do, given how huge their music and K-pop scene is, but at the same time, I feel like I recognize some of these artists' names, like Akugetsu and Sinner. I don't know, I feel like I recognize some of them, so maybe they are bigger than I realize. But I'm not very in tune with K-pop at all. I do want to actually get into some K-pop stuff, but I'm much more into J-pop and J-rock and some alternative Korean stuff as well, but I would like to get into more K-pop music for sure. I like the vibes of this one a lot, actually. And like it does have that kind of corny early 2000s pop rock vibe where I can envision poor like CGI visuals and Till himself like singing at the camera with like spiky hair and a terrible outfit, like leather jacket outfit. Yeah, I like this one a lot. let's go on to the next one, which is Ivan's 2 songs. Okay, so now we have Nowhere by Ivan. Park Byung-hun, his singer. Let's get into this one. Oh, what a vibe. That bass.
Nowhere 처음부터 끝까지 헐룩진 이 story 유연하게 주절된
Oh, yeah.
This always happens to me nowhere 장밋빛으로 물든 빳빳한 dream and noise and replay 다 그런 거지 This always happens to me 세상이 대단한 내 하늘은
I really like that Ivan's voice.
못하게 해 납작 엎드려 바라보는 다 찢겨진 어제의 daydream 멀리 멀리 날아가 다시는 돌아오지 말아줘 있는 게 편하니까 원래 그러니까 It's so typical to me Wake up 난 일상과 Is it very 먼지 같은 존재가 눈 뜨고 쳐다볼 수 없어 Close my eyes let my mind 떠나고 떠나는 쓰리 상처 무감각해져만 가네 In the dark city lights I can find anyone Nowhere 처음부터 끝까지 헐룩진 이 story 역겨운 그 이빨로 This always happens to me nowhere 보랏빛으로 물든 빳빳한 dream and noise and replay 다 그런 거지 This always happens to me 우석을 얻으니까 우석엔 아무것도 할 수 없으니까 누구도 깨따윈 상관없으니까 세상에 걔가 쉴 곳은 없을 테니까 그러니까 걔 원래 그러니까 It's smooth, flexible, quite easy 아무렇지 않게 그냥 넘어가 별일 아니잖아 쭉 털고 서있다 다시 별일 아니잖아 우뚝 서있다 아무 일도 없던 것처럼 Wake up 이 아름다운 삶과
I love the like voice sample in the back.
먼지 같은
Repeated.
눈뜨고 쳐다볼 수 없어 Close
From the
my
start.
eyes, let my mind 떠나고 떠나는 쓰리 상처 무감각해져만 가네 In the dark city lights I can find anyone Nowhere 처음부터 끝까지 골마가는 이 story 끔찍한 네 입술로 This always happens to me nowhere 검은 빛으로 물든 빳빳한 dream and noise and replay 다 그런 거지 This always happens to me This always happens to me This always happens to me
Yeah, that was good. Again, another unrequited love song. Obviously Ivan to Till this time. It's probably just kind of how he felt about his life in general. Is obviously he grew up in like the slums in a bad situation, then sent to a Nacht garden where all he kind of developed was a super strong attachment to Till, and ends up just kind of dying for Till, essentially saving him in that moment. And there's an emptiness to that, his whole existence he feels. There's no like direction or meaning to it, it seems, from his point of view. I do like this just a general kind of vibe in these songs that they are lamenting against the world itself, unsurprisingly given the situations, but saying like just please leave, it would be much easier to if Till wasn't in the picture. And there's a deep kind of self-hatred I didn't realise he even really had for himself, it seems. Obviously stemming from how he treats Till, who he loves, but he's unable to kind of control his emotions or act in more friendly, nice ways to him as much as more well-adjusted people would. Obviously, due to his upbringing, he doesn't have a grasp of social situations and dynamics like that. So, with such strong feelings for Till, those kind of things are amplified and also. I know this line, it makes me think that he has kind of maybe reached out to other people or tried to create relationships with other people, but that he just feels that there is nothing for him except for Till. Like, no matter what, it always comes back to him. I hope he's not talking about his fang here, because I love Ivan's fang. It's amazing. I wonder if who he's talking about here. It makes me feel like he's talking about the aliens a bit. Just putting on this show for them. He's well aware that they won't be met with a good end. He just has to put up this act front just to get by. So I can't tell if this bit as well is the aliens talking about him or him talking about Till. I feel like you can kind of interpret it both ways. And it's just him trying to act like these personality traits of Till are endearing and attractive. He's trying his best to act like they're not. Or it could be the aliens talking about Ivan, who has been easily manipulated into this position, into this idol position that he's been propped up in, and he's going along with it, so it makes it seem easier to them as well. I feel like you can interpret that both ways, which is pretty cool. And even the following lines, like, he just kind of has to keep doing it and not bother about their words, or he's like, Till, he just kind of has to act like it's not as a big deal as it is, or he will end up causing more harm to Till instead. Like this dust-like existence. That's a cool description for the way Ivan's been living. The festering, painful wound numbs me to the depths. I think this is my favourite so far. A festering hysteria. A stiff, black light dyed dream and hope. Yeah, I really love the lyrics for this one the most out of them all. And the song probably as well. I do really like Ivan's voice, Park Byung-hun's voice. Cure is probably my favourite Alien Stage song at this point in time. I know it's kind of ups around to him blaming himself, but at the same time he's like also lamenting at the world, being like, it just kind of feels like the world's against me, but at the same time he's also like, this is still my fault and this is how I am, this is how it's always going to be, there's no changing that. And I feel like what he did on stage to save Till was an action to change that kind of stagnation he found himself in. Even if Till, from that after that point, his existence was only short-lived, but obviously, what was he to know? Cool. This is definitely my favourite one so far, for sure. Very cool. And I think we have one more even one as well, so we'll get onto that now. Alright, let's get into this one, and then we have the 3 Huna ones left to do after this. It's a very sad chord progression. Distorted piano. That's when I didn't realise it was Paradise, not Parasite. I just assumed. I just read it like that. That's cool.
너의 그 상처 어둠에 파묻혀 간다 해도 빛보다 더 가까이 붙어 있는 건 항상 shadow my secret 무덤 속 깊게 네가 난 지쳐다니며 no till the end
Until the end, okay. I love this pre-chorus part.
너의 상처를 파고들어 원해도 몰라 내 빠진 눈으로 나를 욕해도 언제만 이뤄도 아픈 날 새겨놓은 너와 내 관계 I like it Let's call this paradise
This one was very cool as well. Just kind of reinforces my love for Ivan. He does have a very simplistic view on things given his upbringing, which causes harm to other people, especially Till, obviously. He's like, yeah, given how he was brought up, there's like he's felt no love, no warmth, but it's led him to Till, so it's not so bad. I like how it says in that shadow. Obviously Till's shadow is not actually Till himself. It's almost like an idealistic version of Till that he's conjured up, where he feels comfortable in, and the fact that it's a shadow almost, I don't know if dehumanises is the right word, but it's not a physical entity, so what the actions he does take against Till, or against and for Till, don't feel as consequential or real, given if it's implied against a shadow rather than him himself. I do love the living you like a parasite, be my own paradise, and then the title being Paradise, which I didn't even realise. I thought it was Parasite just because I see those words, I see the S and the T, and I'm, oh, it's Parasite. No, it's Paradise, a really cool mixture of Paradise and Parasite. That works well, especially when he sings it as well. It kind of sounds like both. And he really does enjoy Till's kind of, I don't know if suffering is the right. It probably is, actually, yeah. He likes this like a lot, a bit of a masochist, for sure. Yeah, I love this, it's very cool. The wordplay. I like this one while the rest between the notes he's saying, could that be my place soon? Because obviously, I think I fail to remember much exactly lyrically from Till's first song towards or Till's just Alien Say songs, but obviously his cover song is directed towards Mizzy, and Ivan's just wondering whether in between that love can I make myself at home there? It doesn't even have to be a requited thing. He's not even bothered about that compared to Till, who is obviously very much yearning after Mizzy. But has come to more of an acceptance point now in the story, which is cool. I think it is really cool that Till is kind of his development has been really positive over the course of the story. It was on a very much a downward spiral after everything that happened, and he's come on top of it alive in the end, and one of like a symbol of hope for the series and the characters, which is, I really do like that. It contrasts well with Ivan, who is very much depicted as a darker figure. I mean, both visually and metaphorically in his relationship with Till, and just his lyrics and his kind of just his general aesthetic. There was a line about Till. Yeah, this one. By the time you realise it's already unknown till the end. I'm pretty sure unknown, if I just capitalise, was Till's first Alien Stage song, I think. Maybe, I'm pretty sure. The fact is capitalised, I'm pretty sure Till has a song called Unknown. Obviously, till the end. And also, by the time you realise Ivan's love for him and his kind of dedication to him. Obviously, Till isn't going to interpret Ivan's actions towards him as one of love until what he did in that final, on that stage, before he died. And I can only imagine those final actions did allow Ivan to live within him for the rest of Till's days and kind of engrave himself into him with that final kiss. Very cool song, very good lyrics. Ivan's both songs have been really impressive. Okay, so we have 3 of Huna's to get through, and that'll be it then. Okay, Huna, Love and Peace, her first sub song. Six Fu, Six Fu. I don't know how you'd say that. I assume is her artist and her voice actor. Let's have a look. Yeah, very Huna, like already. A strong electric guitar presence. Really powerful voice. Reminds me a bit of Rachel and Leia from Razor Sweden. I love that guitar. Electric guitar. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, that electric guitar is just so Huna and like just so symbolic of her rebellion nature, given, and just a kind of a presence in the story as well. It feels like it stands out a bit amongst all the other characters in a different way. I wonder if this, I assume it's in reference to Luca, or it could be in reference to her brother, I suppose. Given this line after it, but also could be like Luca, who's embraced the whole alien stage thing and she doesn't really recognize him anymore. I do like just this kind of overwhelming desire Huna has to like move forward and push forward. She feels like a bit like an unstoppable force in that kind of sense in the series. Like that's just how I kind of view her, as this like really strong, yeah, just a strong unstoppable force that kind of forces its way into the narrative. Given how she appeared, given how both she appears literally and how her kind of presence is inserted into the story chronologically and narratively, she does feel just like something that just crashed into the story and kind of shook it up completely, which is cool. And her kind of sound and her voice does kind of give off that vibe as well. And like I said, the voice does remind me of Leia and Rachel from Razor Sweden, which is cool. They both have this really, really it's not deep. It's a deeper voice than obviously most female vocals, but it also has this it's a very strong presence to it, like a very moody feel. There's definitely a word I'm missing to describe that kind of genre, not genre, sound of kind of voices that Rachel and Six Fu have. I'm not sure how to say it. obviously, again, I feel like you can reference Luca or her brother here. I feel like it's probably more so Luca. It does kind of work for both of them though. Interesting. Let's go on to the next one of hers. Okay, now your Drunken Party, the second Huna sub song, and the penultimate one we'll be listening to today. This instantly just captures her vibe so perfectly.
외면할 수 없어 두려움에 덮여 녹슨 희망을 무뎌진 꿈은 나를 세워봐 더 세게 부딪혀 잔을 앞에 들어봐 Let's shake it Everybody let's ride 일어나 주저앉지 마 더 크게 이 노래를 불러봐 너와 나 우리가 하나의 소리가 되며 믿어봐 도망치지 마 새로운 시대가 열릴 거야 돌아갈 순 없어 Get up, get up, 버금서 Come on I'm a bomb, I'm a sinner, I'm a broken dapper I go so shadow, destroying the supper You can make a silver bullet, but you can't stop me Cause I got nothing to lose 고통이 지나가 더 깊게 패인 상처를 보여줘 My friend, 저 건배해 너와 나를 위해 Let's get drunk and party
This one much more simple than the rest, it feels. Both kind of musically and lyrically.
일어나 주저앉지 마 더 크게 이 노래를 불러봐 너와 나 우리가 하나의 소리가 되며 믿어봐 도망치지 마 새로운 시대가 열릴 거야 돌아갈 순 없어 Get up, get up, 버금서 Here's to us Whoa Good the hell, let's get drunk and party Woo.
Yeah, Drunken Party it definitely feels a bit more like an anthem for the rebellion and for Huna in general. I feel like it's very obviously directed towards Mizzy and her joining the rebellion. Goodbye, I'll release you from these cold shackles, your body and soul bruised and broken from taken away so you couldn't fly. And in fact, this one is very obviously towards Mizzy. Just trying to kind of raise her spirit and kind of yeah, we know when one soundtrack doesn't run away and it'll open its door, we can't get back. It's like kind of celebrating their friendship and kinship in this whole thing. Again, this kind of unstoppable force vibe I get from Hyuna, definitely encapsulated there. I mean, this is a bit of a lie, I feel like, given how she ended up feeling towards Luca and her involvement in, was it Weege? I think it was Weege, not sure, I can't remember exactly. But yeah. Yeah, again, more stuff towards Mizzy. I think this one is probably my least favourite one. It's pretty simplistic and musically not really my thing, but it's still good, don't get me wrong. It's nice to have this kind of perspective from Hyuna towards Mizzy and how she kind of feels about her and her kind of place in all this. Let's go on to the last one and see if that one might end up being more Luca focused. We'll see. Can I now take my hand, the final one of today? Oh, I get definitely a different vibe. If it was kind of post-death Huna, maybe, or last moments Huna. She has a fantastic voice, the way she can do the kind of powerful stuff, and then this style as well. I've liked this image as well. I assume as the cover of the song has to be Luca perspective, with the blue sky in the background of an act.
약해 빠진 것 부끄럽지 않아 쉽게 변하는 사람 희망입니다.
Definitely a much more vulnerable side of Huna. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this might be when Hyuna first comes over to Luca, actually. And take my hand when he was sitting by the tree on his own crying. This one does let me feel a bit emotional.
구원의 사다리 내려오기 눈치 없이 기적을 주문해 내 세상은 깨지고 부서져 My love 서른 동아줄에 매달렸네 I hate you every day every night Don't ever say you love me 소름 끼쳐도 truth When you call my name you make me stronger 세상 끝에서 마주한 너 Take my hand 주저앉아 울고 있지 마 그 어떤 고통도 지나가 잃어버린 시간을 되찾아내 우리 Take my hand 지더라도 포기하지 마 두려움을 씹어먹은 날 새 시대를 열어 우리
This honestly might be my favourite Huna song. Well, I do like All In a lot as well. Yeah, really nice way to cap off the sub songs, especially for Huna's few and pleasing vibe to any of her previous music that she's been involved in. And yeah, very obviously Luca focused. I mean, I feel like this kind of goes back to what I was saying about the previous song, about her kind of lying about how she feels about Luca and her not really accepting her own feelings towards him until the very end. And then this whole bit here, oh, we will take back all that lost time. It feels, I don't know, it feels a bit, it reminds me of the snippets in, I can't remember which one it was, maybe Weege, it was the focus one, it was whatever, the one where Huna protects herself to save Luca. Kills herself to save Luca, basically. It reminds me of the AU snippets of them two kind of making up for the time that they've been apart and basically what happened with him and her brother. I like how the kind of we're opening a new era, obviously very much applies to the rebellion and their whole plan that they were going for, but also feels like here it's directed towards Luca himself and their relationship and their whole dynamic. She's just kind of almost like trying to do it over after everything's said and done. This kind of does feel like a Huna song from after her death, like kind of looking at Luca, like saying maybe once you pass on we can join each other and make up for this lost time as well. And yeah, this part as well, it does instantly, when I read these lyrics and really understood these lyrics of Arthur's Image, it reminded me, I'm pretty sure it was the comic where Luca was sitting by the tree, where it might have been in one of the videos themselves, and she comes over while he's crying and offers her hand. I'd love to hear a Luca song. We still don't, like, he's still quite an elusive character, given, especially given that he's still, I'm pretty sure he's still alive if I remember correctly. I wonder what they have in store for him. So I'm pretty sure Mizi beat him up but didn't actually kill him. I like this line as well, I ordered a miracle without thinking. Again, the kind of hatred and love. Yeah, I hate you, that's the kind of lies that she says, even though it's certainly true, but she's like, if you say you love me, like it almost kind of makes her wants to submit to those feelings and just accept them, but she feels like she has to kind of cling on to that hate as well to kind of motivate her, and also just in respect for what happened to her brother as well, she feels like that hatred is important for her to cling on to and maintain. She probably would feel like she'd be betraying both her brother and herself if she just gave in to her love for Luca completely. Yeah, this one was great. Really, one of my favourites as well. I think the two Ivan ones were probably my favourite, and then this one was great as well, and then the sewer one especially. Very cool sub songs. I'm pretty sure that's all of them anyway. I'll be listening to the cover songs as well. Maybe next week, maybe the week after, I'm not too sure. I also appreciate the love on the Alien Stage videos. I've gained like almost 100 subscribers from them now at this point, and lots of really kind comments, both explaining things where I messed up and people's own interpretations, and also just lots of people just being generally very kind towards me and my approach in these reactions and analysis. I do want to kind of not just listen to my head and listen to the music and bop my head to the music. I do want to actually get into what's going on and deep dive into the content here, because it's really, really great stuff, very interesting stuff, and I'm unsure exactly what the situation is about season 2, or whether there'll be more Alien Stage stuff in the future, but if there is, I'll definitely be reacting to it as it comes out for sure, like that'll be without a doubt. So yeah, those are the sub songs, really great. Thank you guys so much for watching if you're still here at the end, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.